Hello everyone, good morning. KJ4YZI with HamRadioConcepts. I'm going to check out the river today with a couple good friends from the Vero Beach Amateur Radio Club. And I'm going to let them play with the Icom 705 and make a contact and see what they think about it. Not my, love for this radio, or my opinions, rather. We all know that I like this radio and a lot of people are waiting for it, but let's see what they think. Richard has already actually purchased one and he's waiting for his, but before he gets his, he'll be able to play with this one and make a contact on it. Let's see what they think about this radio and how it operates out in the field.
This is Ham Radio Concepts.
Who are you?
KK4GGJ Jan.
Everybody knows Jan. Where'd you get that shirt? That's terrible. Who's this?
It's at the bottom.
That's Richard, AB4AZ.
I've known Richard for a little while. Y'all haven't seen much of Richard, but today we have a fun little video. What do we have on the table, Richard?
It looks like a box for IC-705.
So we're going to make some contacts on this,
Seems
and
like something's in it, too.
there might be something in it. Jan, what do you expect we're going to use today for an antenna?
Well,
we have two antennas with us. What are we going to use?
Well, let's set up the loop first of all.
You want to use a Chameleon F loop?
Yeah, there
Okay.
we go.
In my container. The thing about this is, instead of me getting on here and making contacts, Richard, you have pre-ordered one of these radios, correct?
Correct.
Tell me real quick, why, when, how? Are you eager?
Well, I am very eager. I've been an Icom owner for quite a few years. I've had two 705s, two 7000s.
706s, you mean?
I mean 706.
Yeah.
I've also had a couple of others. I've got a 5100 in the car. I've got a 51 at the home QTH. And my son, who is a ham operator also, gifted me with a 705, which is yet to arrive. So it's on its way sometime.
But you get to play with this one sneak peek before you even get yours.
I jumped at the opportunity.
Are you excited?
I am so excited I'm beside myself.
Jan, what do you think about this radio? You've seen a couple of the videos. Are you excited?
Oh yeah, the radio looks fantastic. I do not have an Icom QRP rig. I have some brand X and brand Y, so can't wait to see what we get into. And look where we're at.
We are at the
Beautiful
Wabasso
day.
Causeway again. It is a little humid out here. It is sticky. It is, wow, just, you could cut it with a knife. But it's beautiful out here. We're going to set up, Jan says we're going to set up the Chameleon F loop. That video's on the way, and you can see it in my carton of mobile antenna parts there. I haven't put it in the bag yet. But let's get to it and check out the 705 and see if we can make contacts. One of the things, Jan, that a lot of people had asked, they want to see the battery runtime with the included battery on there. So I have this thing charged up, and we're just going to send it and let it see how long we get on the battery, making some transmit, seeing how fast the battery drains. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, let's run that test, and then we could light it back up. I have a spare heavy-duty 51 battery in the truck charged.
Okay, so let's get to it. So Richard, let's give this a shot here. We have, what do we have on the 20-watt scale, right, Jan? That's ready to go?
Yep.
All right, 20-watt scale. So I guess well, we're in a dummy load, so you can whistle or swear or yell or whatever you gotta do. Yeah, there's 5 watts, right? 5.1 watts.
There you go.
QRP station, please try again.
Alpha Bravo 4 Alpha Zulu. The name is Richard. 5 watts. QRP from Florida.
Okay, Richard, I told you what I wrote down. I wrote down Alpha Bravo 4 Alpha Zulu QRP. Richard is Florida.
You got it, Richard.
Over.
Okay, thank you very much for the 3x3. We're using 5 watts. You are 5, 7 to 8 on a portable antenna and an IC-705.
How's that speaker, Richard?
That sounds great. It's plenty loud.
That is a lot
Yeah,
loud.
you're loud, Jimbo. I copy it. I'm on the infed now. You copy the infed, okay, Jimbo?
So you can make this bigger. He's overmodulated there. That speaker gets quite loud. A lot of people ask, can you hear it outdoors, and is the screen going to be readable in an outdoor setting? What do you think, Richard?
I think it's plenty loud. In fact, it's too loud. We had to cut it down.
Yeah.
because, but the screen is very visible.
We can't even hear the cars. We had to turn it down. We're right next to the roadway here.
Yeah, right up there.
Let's see. Well, I'm pretty much taking it easy these days. Just waiting for the Chinese virus to pass. I'm pretty much retired, so about all I got.
You'd probably have an easier time working the Georgia station than you would the Merritt Island 40 miles north.
Yeah, that Chinese virus is a real nuisance, I tell you. I'm not retired. 61.
I think out and outdoors, that screen is marvelous to look at. I can't see any reason why. I mean, remember that G90 I have? Actually, you have a G90, Richard.
Yes, I do.
It's hard though; it's small. This is quite large.
Beautiful, bright screen.
Touch screen also.
Yes.
That makes it a big difference.
Did you know, Richard, you could touch on any of those signals on there and move that frequency right to wherever you'd see.
If I go here,
The bands are dead. Look at all the signals on that screen.
Last night, about 100 cuts. That's the night before.
Sounds terrific.
It's very, very tiresome. You know, wear your butt out. Go ahead.
And you know what? You can hear both sides of the conversation on all these people talking.
That's unusual.
You're hearing both sides.
Fantastic.
that's armchair copy, Eric. That's beautiful.
And almost no wires. We don't have a battery pack and other things. We don't
Nope.
have a million things plugged in, just an antenna.
Yep.
Just that.
Not a microphone. Away you go.
Well, I appreciate your flowers.
And it's-
And we could have used the Bluetooth headset.
Yep. I didn't bring the Bluetooth headset, but we could have had that. But see, that's all the noise reduction on. Now, Richard, hit the function button on the bottom. Now tap on the notch, the noise blanker, and the noise reduction. Now listen.
Gotta get back out in the yard right now.
Now it makes it louder, but you can hear all the static and stuff.
My favorite is they got a
Great
557
filtering system.
into Europe right now, and I went out there with the what you call thing they got in the signal to cut some of the leaves and the fire.
Cuts a lot of that noise out.
I cannot believe the sound of that. I run an Icom 7700 with the extension speaker at home. This thing sounds every bit as good. I bet you on the large speaker it would sound identical.
Okay, so
I can't imagine. Look how clear the screen is, and we're 5-6 foot away.
yeah. Well, when we were over there on the river, you could hear that station on 17 loud and clear, crystal clear. So what's he doing? He's calling CQ. Look at my shirt. Don't be a scope head. Call CQ. That's what he's doing, right, Richard?
Yes, sir. He's calling CQ.
Jan is grounding himself in the water here.
You can put the other antenna
Richard, have you seen this impasse?
It is
Yes, I
uses
will.
KK4 GTG.
Yes. You ever see how fast it goes together? Okay. Now we have the impasse. Huh? What's interesting?
Signals out.
Oh yeah.
Like 3S units.
3S units over your little dipole, huh?
Yep.
Cool. Go to menu.
Go to menu.
Hit SWR.
Hit SWR.
Okay. Now hit play. No, hit play. The little play button on the bottom left.
Well, on the screen.
Okay, now tap the PTT 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go, that's it. Five times. SWR is 1.1 to 1. There's no reflected power on that antenna.
Excellent. Now let's go back to upper sideband
Yep.
operation. Ready? No. Upper
Sideband, there you go. Boom. Hit menu, hit scope.
17 meters.
All right, so you're saying now with this impasse on 20 meters as well, it is a flat SWR.
Let's look for a space without any signal.
Just start calling, we'll see it.
You ready? Boop. One little bar, barely one little tiny bar. under the 1.
So wait a second, because everybody said, oh, it doesn't have a tuner. I don't think we need a tuner with this M-Pass, do we?
Well, if you wrap it 3 times around your leg and bring it over your shoulder,
and
that
ground
should
yourself in the water.
Yes, that should cover it. You normally don't need a tuner in the field with
No,
proper
if
antenna
your
setup.
antenna is correct, you don't need a tuner.
But this antenna, another reason I like it is I don't have to drag a tuner around.
And we have no losses. No tuner, no loss.
All right.
Okay, now nobody was used. The kilo 40, I'm giving you complete full one more time.
Kilo 4, Golf, Juliet. Kilo 4, Germany, Japan. Over.
Okay, I have used Q2. Speaking of Q3, 2 ambulance, my friend, it's very, very decent cooking. 2x2, speaking of play-by-play, in Ontario, Canada, I have got a QRP station, and I have to pull down Kilo 4, Golf, Juliet.
Correct.
QSL, you're 5 and 7 here. Over.
Yeah, okay, and your signal came up a little bit, so I gave you Q3 and 4 ambulance, my friend. 3 by 4, but that is the maximum. Your signal came up as well. And thank you for your patience. Congratulations that you have the guts to run QRP, my friend. That shows that you are a very brave man. It's very difficult.
705.
He is running tons and tons of kilowatts of power there. So all the power to you, my friend. Kilo 4, Golf, Juliet, QRP, Florida. Thanks again, stay safe, and once again, thank you for the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking the time to answer. I know it's a little tough. 7-3, KK4GGJ, clear.
Yeah.
Jan made a contact on an Icom 705 portable.
5 watts.
5 watts. Richard, your comments.
I think it's just wonderful. We're sitting here listening to the signal coming back. It's just unbelievable. And I can see the screen from here, even though there's a slight glare on it.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
And that was Ontario, Canada.
And we're using the M-Pass Chameleon here on the water. 5 watts with the Chameleon. We did have the Chameleon F-loop set up, and we did have a Tim Ortiz 17-meter dipole strung up in the rafters here. Jan, what's the time check on how long we've been using this thing, transmitting and receiving, calling CQ?
It's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, we're still going. We're looking good.
Battery is still going.
You know, with a lithium ion, you don't get a full charge the first time.
But I mean,
it takes a few times.
Yeah, but even if, I mean, transmitting and receiving a
We've
lot.
been transmitting and calling CQ and using full power. Full power, Scotty.
Unbelievably strong signals.
Yep, no preamps.
And you can hear both sides of the
That
conversation.
sounds like Romeo station in the Bahamas that checks in.
I think that's who. Yep.
What's his name? Not.
I listen, but I don't talk on.
Then we come over to the mediocre yard sale section.
I've made a lot of contacts on that radio. That's brand X. We don't need to show brand X.
I gotta get the 705 box out of the. There you go.
Well, it's SDR.
Where's your touchscreen?
Right here.
Where's your waterfall? No, that's a good little radio though. Not everybody needs a 705. I get that.
It's the size. This is the whole setup right here. A few packs of 3x5 file cards.
Yeah. No, Jan's made a lot of contacts. His little speaker that goes with
That's
it.
your bicycle or your backpacking setup.
Sure.
And with a lightweight antenna.
Sure.
And don't forget my heavy duty coax.
Oh wait, don't forget your little bag here.
No, the bag's of stuff. That's the bag I've just brought. But it all fits in one box. The whole station.
Look at the coax.
This coax is so huge. Okay, when you use 5 watts, you don't want too big a coax because the signal bounces around. This way it directs it.
Hey Richard, you want to see something cool?
Sure.
This is right up your alley. Go ahead and hit menu. Go ahead and hit set. And then go down a page. One more. Look at the Wi-Fi. See WLAN?
Wow.
You know what that's for?
What's that?
That's so you can operate that thing remotely from a computer or an iPhone app or tablet or iPad remotely while you're out here. You can leave this at home, and it connects to Wi-Fi at your router. You can connect this and run it remotely like your Flex.
Unbelievable.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't
You
know
see
that.
you see the Bluetooth
I see
there?
it right there.
Right. You see the Bluetooth. That's so that you can also run it remotely or locally Bluetooth with an app. Now the apps haven't been developed yet, or they're not updated with the 705. But with the Wi-Fi, yes, I have it connected at home with the Wi-Fi with the RSBA1 software,
Right.
and was able on my computer at home to connect to it and manipulate it. But yeah, remotely, that's right up your alley 'cause you do remote operation, right?
Yes, I have done that with the Flex. This is just unbelievable.
Richard's in awe. Richard, you're getting this radio soon.
Yeah,
It's on the way.
It can't come soon enough.
I think it's just cool. I've made one contact on that radio to Puerto Rico. You've made one contact to where?
It was Canada.
Canada.
Lake Superior.
And we're waiting for Richard to complete the trio. The trio? Trio.
Yeah, the three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't need triage.
I think he's gonna need triage if he keeps playing this radio. Jan, we got one bar missing on the battery. It's about 2 hours.
It did show us the percentage.
Voltage. There you go. 7.6. We're just over halfway left on the battery after all this
I
playing
would
with
say
it.
2/3.
Yeah. Yep. And then if you have it plugged in externally, that's, for your Bioenno or whatever you're running there, how much power you have there. Now, what you'll notice is if, normally you go up here to the multi-knob, right? Your power is 50% when it's on the battery internally. Now, when you plug it in, the other half of the bar lights up. Then you'd be able to go up to 100, which would be 10 watts.
Geez, the guys at Icom thought of everything.
They did.
Really got me.
Well, it was, at least you say you got to make a contact on it,
Yes, I
Richard.
did.
5 watts. 5 watts is not for everybody. And, of course, it does take a challenge. But, Richard and Jan, would you agree that this is why I've said I'd rather operate portable than at home with a legal limit amplifier? It's more fun to try and try and try. Would you agree?
Yes. Let me turn this down because the speaker is just awesome.
It's a challenge. It is not a challenge with a big tower and a big antenna and full legal limit. You make the contact, but it's a challenge and a lot of fun out here in the field. Look what a beautiful day it is. And the little radio, I can't believe how well it sounds, how
Bare
long it
minimum
runs.
equipment,
Yep.
but this piece of equipment is really state of the art in a little tiny package. Just great.
So give me your end thoughts, Richard. I mean, again, people should understand that you are, I didn't tell you what to say. You're an Icom owner, but what do you think about this radio? I mean, what you've already ordered one. Jeff ordered one. It's coming. But what do you think?
I can't wait to get my hands on it. My own little grubby hands on my own little grubby radio. You gotta send this back. So
I'm upset. I got to send it back,
I
but
want to thank you very much for the privilege of being able to be one of the few to operate it in the United States along
Yep.
with Jan.
so you just made a Canada DX contact also.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
And I am extremely impressed.
Well, could you find anything that honestly give us your thought? What don't you like about it? What do you wish for? What is something that you think you would want in this radio?
I think the only negative thing about this radio is that you can only operate one mode at one time.
Okay. So you don't have like dual like a
You
7610.
can't listen to 2 meters while you're operating 20 or 40.
Right.
Out in the field, who cares?
Yeah.
The-
I only have one mouth and 2 ears. I can only talk to one person at a time.
But after running it today, we're all doing the same thing. Two little legs under it to hold the screen up at that angle.
and I don't even have to do that. I'm doing it for the benefit of the
And
camera.
it's
Sure.
convenient.
Yeah,
But
sure.
That's it.
I am
2 little feet.
extremely impressed, Eric.
It is. It's amazing. My
Thanks for the
$1,250, $1,299, a little QRP radio. I have to add my tablet onto it, my external battery, and my external speaker to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I don't need to do that.
Richard, let me show you one more thing, Richard. Go ahead and go to click on the 14 there and change the frequency to like 2 meters.
2 meters.
Okay. Now change the mode, the upper sideband, to DV.
DV.
Okay. So that would be digital voice. Now hold the button right under the power. It says DR.
Up here.
Nope, down on the left, right under the power button on the left of the radio. The Yeah, the one. Yeah, hold that. Okay, now you're in DR mode. So there's your D-Star, just like your 5100 in your vehicle or your 51A handheld.
That's set to Daytona Beach.
Right. Well, I haven't really played with a lot of the settings yet. Now, if you go into menu again, hit menu, go to page 2. Okay, DV gateway on the top right. Okay, now it says terminal mode and access point mode. Do you know what that's for?
No.
So you can connect this radio to Wi-Fi, and there's a lot of other Icom radios that have this. You can connect this to Wi-Fi, okay, then you can hit terminal mode. Click that. Okay, now when you have this set up, you don't even have to have an antenna connected. See, it's looking for the network from a Wi-Fi at home. You can hit close. You can use this as like a hotspot. Talk right into the microphone. It goes right to the repeater, 30 Charlie, 1 Charlie. It would be just like having no antenna involved, right through the internet on the front of your radio. So let's say you wanted to go to a net on 30
If
Charlie.
I had internet connection.
Right. If you had internet, like I had it at the house.
Or a hotel room or something.
Hotel, yeah. You don't have to set up an antenna or nothing. You basically use that as if it was a internet-enabled radio right in front of you. Just going right through the Wi-Fi, 230 Charlie, and not outputting any power at all. Or you can use this as access point mode, and now it becomes like a hotspot. Now you can use your handheld to transmit into it to go to 30 Charlie if you're not in range of a repeater or you don't have a hotspot near you.
Excellent.
It's got everything in one box.
Yeah.
How
So
can you beat it?
yeah, it's not, and 2 meter sideband, 440 sideband, FM, radio, AM airband, receive.
Digital HF also.
Yep, D-Star on HF. It's got everything.
Well, the engineers did a great job on the 705.
They did.
No question about it.
They did.
It seems like they've progressed from the early Icons to this one, and the fact that you can hook up external power and double the output.
Yep.
And you don't need a decoder ring is my favorite part of running an Icom radio.
Check this out. One more thing, Richard. Go ahead and go to menu, DV gateway on the top right. Nope. Back.
Top right.
Right. Go to normal mode. Top one. Yep. That takes it back out of terminal. Now, click on. Hold the DR button again on the left. Take it out of the DR mode. Okay. Now go to sideband. I'm making him work through the radio. So he's already figured it out. Look,
Yeah.
he hasn't even. How would you switch it to radio mode? All right. Now go into menu and look what appears on the top.
Decode?
Yep. Now, if you were in a RIDI signal, or if you go down a RIDI section, it'll decode right on the screen.
Which
Somewhere
is-
around 14.080 or 085, somewhere around there, if there's anybody on RTTY. You'd be able to line up the signal and decode it right on the screen. There you go. Now yeah, he's already. There it is. All you gotta do is line it up on that waterfall on the bottom right for the 2 peaks.
Need a signal first.
Yeah.
I saw it. CQ.
There it is, right there. You got it. Go down.
Oh my God.
You were almost there. There it is. K4JKB.
JKB.
Did you see about the picture messaging over D-Star on that?
No.
Wow. So go back. Let's just go to change it to DV mode. Now, if you go in the menu and you go to page 2, look what shows up on page 2. Picture.
Oh my
Now,
gosh.
Usually it won't happen on HF, I don't think. But on my 9700, they came out with this as a recent firmware update. You can be on D-Star. You can see I sent a picture to somebody right there. You can be on D-Star over 2 meters of UHF and send a picture that pops up right on the screen while you're talking over digital D-Star at the same time. Pretty neat,
Amazing.
That is amazing.
Where's the rest of it? Oh, it's right here.
huh? Yeah.
That is awesome.
So Jan, I've got enough from Richard. His mind is blown. What do you think?
Yeah.
This is to just let people know, like, oh man, I wonder what somebody else would think of this.
Like I
Well,
said, I have a 7700 full contest 50-pound rig, and this thing does more than that. It's amazing. It sounds just as good. It's the versatility, what you can do with it. I mean, the fact that you could take a radio with you, no antenna, go to a hotel room or a restaurant, and sit there and get on your favorite reflector is unbelievable. no wires then. You're just sitting there with the microphone and the radio. People will be going, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? So that is unbelievable. The signals sounded much better than the Brand X, so it went up a couple less units. I expected the Icom receiver to be...
Wi-Fi built in.
I expected the Icom... And the fact that you can run Bluetooth headset and then you have no wires... But
I gotta show the Bluetooth headset on this. I got the Bluetooth, the VS, I think it's the VS1 that I had for my 5100 and never got to use. But you can use this Bluetooth. You can use the Bluetooth to the app for setting up the D-Star. You can send pictures from your tablet through that on Bluetooth with the D-Star app. You can use the remote software over Wi-Fi to control the radio remotely. Maybe firmware updates remotely on Wi-Fi. Who knows?
Who knows what the future's going to bring?
What would you want to see in this radio, Jan? If you had an option and there's something you don't like, what is it?
Two little legs. I think the radio's terrific the way it is. I can't be doing 2 different things or 10 different things at the same time. To get a radio that's that size, that runs on the battery like that, and sounds so clear. The problem with most of your field radios, as you notice from other videos and our experience from sitting out in the field, they don't sound clear and nice. There is no problem hearing that. The audio is fantastic. 2-inch speaker, maybe?
Less than
Maybe, right. My fingers are smaller. Anyway, and the fact that you can see it, I'm 4 or 5 feet away.
Yeah, that was a question a lot of people had. Out in the sunlight, what would it look like? And Richard had no problem seeing it in front of it in the sun, or even in the shade here. And
There's a quarter.
Yeah.
There's a speaker
Okay,
about the size of a quarter. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Richard and Jan for coming down here. Although
thanks for giving us the opportunity.
I did this for them to let them play with it. And when Richard gets this now, sometime soon, I'll come over after a couple months. And we will see on a video how Richard has progressed, and Richard will give me a walkthrough and say, well, Eric, this is how you do this. He already knows halfway how to use this radio, and he's never touched one before.
And I'm an old geezer.
So, 7-3, everybody, thanks for watching. And look, I should be out there jet skiing today. Look at that, Jan.
Oh, my gosh. Beautiful.
Man, it's nice out here. I'm going to take my M-Pass down and my magnetic loop. 7-3, everyone. Thanks for watching. More videos are coming. KJ4YZI with...
AB4AZ and KK4GGJ.
You got it.
We'll see
Thanks,
you guys,
Eric.
7-3.